Hello, fellow safety and health professional, and welcome to another podcast in a series of podcasts based on an article in Safety and Health magazine that's all about you. The mother of mindfulness. That's the nickname Ellen Langer, the head of the psychology department at Harvard, has acquired due to her long and successful career researching, teaching, and writing about mindfulness and its influence on our well-being. It's also a safety skill. The topic involves paying attention. What's more important than being aware of your surroundings when it comes to working safely or living safely? I highly recommend her books. I've read 2 of them in the past, and right now I'm listening to her most recent book, which came out this year, I think. It's Mindful Body, and it's about how your mind affects your general health, not just your mental well-being, but your body, when it comes to even disease. In fact, the book says how to be chronically healthy. It's very good, very good. And she does some really interesting and unusual research. Now, Langer doesn't dismiss meditation, and neither do I. I think meditation can be very helpful, and I used to engage in it strictly every day for up to 50 minutes every single day. But I don't do that as much anymore. On occasions I will, because I've taken Langer's advice, not to give up meditation, but that you can become mindful and improve your mindfulness without changing your schedule. Langer suggests that throughout the day, when you're doing different things, you pick ways and stuff you're doing to make it so that you practice mindfulness without changing what you're doing. And here are 5 ways to practice mindfulness every day without interrupting your schedule, which I know will make you better at being mindful and will help you in able to pay attention more even when you're not purposely being mindful. See, that's the point. Throughout your day, you practice at times being mindful. Then what happens is after a while, you get better at being mindful even when you're not doing it on purpose. All right, number 1, during your morning routine. No doubt you have a routine you do in the morning to get ready for work, or on the weekends, or times when you have days off, you probably still have a certain routine that you do. Mine includes going to the closet, picking out clothes. Then I go downstairs, I'll have some coffee, and then I'll go into the bathroom and do some different things, get a shower, brush my teeth, those type of things. I pick often my clothes as something to notice without judgment that helps me practice mindfulness. So I'll open the closet, look at my clothes, look at the colors, feel different clothing sometimes, the texture, and just notice it. That's all. Now, you can pick anything in your morning routine. It doesn't have to be picking out your clothes. I'll probably give that up and choose something else after a while. But it can be whether you're brushing your teeth or whether you're drinking your coffee or whatever it is you do in the morning before you get ready for your work day or whatever. Number 2, pick a meal. And it could be any meal. I don't pick meals at home purposely often, but I do when I travel. When I travel, it's like a cue for me when I go into a restaurant that I'm going to purposely be mindful when the meal arrives. And that's what I do. When the meal arrives, I put my phone down. Unlike most people, I look around the restaurants and almost everybody, even children, are looking on their phone while they're eating. And then I'll notice the presentation, the colors. If the aroma is reaching my nose, I'll notice that. I'll notice how I feel, different things. I'll just take a moment. And then when I start eating, I'll eat slowly. Now, not so slow that if somebody was watching me was saying, what's wrong with this guy? Why is he eating so slowly? No, but slow enough that I can take the time to notice the texture when it reaches my tongue and the taste and how it feels, that type of thing. Now, you don't have to pick a meal, and like you don't have to pick your morning routine, but I'm just showing you that all throughout your day, there is moments when you don't have to change your schedule and you can practice mindfulness. One of my favorites, when you are shopping, the next time you go food shopping, stop and notice all the beautiful colors. Typically, grocery stores are designed so that when you come in, the first thing you go into is their produce section. And that's done on purpose. I could even read an article about that. There's a whole thing about them doing the produce section first before you go over to the boxes of cereal and, whatever else is in the store. I like to pick a color at times. Red, let's say, a primary color. And then when I go into the grocery store, I'll notice everything that is red. I'll still get the other things, whatever colors. I'm just saying I'll just purposely notice what's red. You'll be surprised. When I first started doing this, I was actually like baffled at how much I didn't notice before this. You'll notice even the shelving, the advertisements, and fruit and vegetables that you never noticed before because you usually don't buy them, and red and how red they are. Now, you don't have to pick red. It could be any color. And you can do this also when you're walking. I do it often when I'm walking and I find things in my neighborhood I never knew was there. But it's a very simple and excellent way to purposely be mindful. You can be mindful during conversations. Now, if there is such a thing as advanced mindfulness, this is it, because you are engaging in an activity that requires more cognition of what you're doing than, say, shopping, brushing your teeth, or looking at your clothes. The conversation includes a lot of frontal lobe activity, which pulls away from recognition of external input, what's going on in your environment. But with practice, you can do it. Purposely notice the other person's facial expressions, eye movements, or perhaps what they're wearing, different things. Notice that. If it becomes distracting, which it might if you start doing this, wait until your mindfulness skills improve before practicing this way. And don't do it all the time. This isn't something that you must do, but on occasions you do. Now, because I've been doing this for a long time, I know when I first meet people, let's say at an airport or in a convention, I notice all different things about them naturally that I didn't notice before. It's a great skill to develop. It'll help you with your ability to be a good conversationalist too, and to be generally aware of what's going on. Now, number 5, now this is an easy mindfulness practice. After you wake up or just before you fall to sleep. Unlike conversations, practicing mindfulness when you wake up or before you go to sleep is easy to do. Just don't get out of bed when you wake up. Lay there for just a moment or two. Pay attention to your breathing, how you feel, what you can see, can you smell anything, just your general being of where you are and what's going on. I do it when I first wake up for a moment or two. I do it every morning. And then when I sit up in the bed, I do it a little bit more. And then just do the same thing when you go to bed at night, either before you lay in the bed or when you first lay in. Just notice your breathing and how you feel and what's going on before you go to sleep. Now, there are endless ways to practice mindfulness throughout your day purposefully. That's the big point about this. You got to do it on purpose. And as your practice improves, you'll be pleasantly surprised how it improves the quality of your life also.